Hey guys, this is Deox1 bringing you a Pokemon Online battle versus Herpy Derpy. You probably know him. He's the guy who started this revolution of Pokemon Online battles. Anyways, get right into it. I start off with Scolipede as he sends in his Altaria. I didn't exactly know what he would do, but I just Stone Edge and he sets up a Cotton Guard and I'm like, shit. So I switch out to my Electros because I know I could probably take whatever he had, and I had Stab Dragon. Or not Stab, super effective Dragon Claw, and I had what's it called, Zap Cannon, which I use right here because it has a 100% chance of paralyzing. However, it has a 50% chance of hitting. So after 3 times, I finally hit and get paralyzed. At this point, I saw that he didn't even do half at +2, so I knew. So I wanted to see how much Dragon Claw would do, being super effective, and then I would just start setting up coils alongside with him because I knew. With me getting the defense boost and accuracy boost, I would most likely win the setting up war thing, majig, whatever you want to call it. He goes for another Dragon Claw. I know I can survive 2 more, especially with an added defense boost from Coil, and I believe go for Zap Cannon, possibly predicting the switch. No, Dragon Claw, super effective. Here, there's a series of unfortunate hacks. He gets paralyzed twice in a row, use Dragon Claw, and he gets paralyzed. No, he does not. Never mind then. He's Dragon Claw, but I use Zap Cannon, predicting the switch into possibly Blastoise, seeing that he was most likely a physical wall. But nope. And then I just finished him off with the Dragon Claw. At this point, I knew he's probably sent something in to revenge kill me, and I really didn't see a use for him, so I just kept him in. And he survives the Ice Beam from Jinx. I was like, yes! Beast! They're the joys of having 252 special defense. But then he just uses another one and kills me, because he had a freaking Focus Sash. And I send in my Yanmega. I just protect first, try to get the speed boost, make sure I'm faster than Jinx. You never know. And then I see Mantike. I'm like, yes! I have Anti Power. Super effective. And it does 25%. 25. Hate you, Violet. Absolutely hate it. How are you supposed to win Hyper Offense, easily? Nah. Anyways, I send in my Crest as he sends in his Klinklang, and I knew he was probably going to try to set up, because there was really no way he could win otherwise. So I just go for the T-Wave to almost cripple him. He gets paralyzed as I switch into my Yanmega. I knew Yanmega didn't have that much of a use because it was already poisoned now. And then I tried to Paraflinch him to death because I have Air Slash and he's paralyzed. However, I don't have Serene Grace or anything, so the chances are much lower than usual. However, I think I get the flinch once here. Yes. And he only got set up 2 shift gears, and I'm still faster thanks to speed boost and everything. However, I think 1 more turn and I'll die from the poison damage. And I don't predict his switch or anything, I just go for Air Slash, and his Mantike takes it, Monster takes 26%, so it seems like the stab really pays off compared to the Ancient Power, who's super effective. Which is kind of weird. Probably min-max. But anyways, I send my Scarf Porygon Z. I get the attack boost, which is useless. He sends in his Gligar. I hate that thing too. He has it in every single team. And he just never dies. It's Stewie, Violet, and Roost, and nah. Anyways, I go for the Rock Slide because it's neutral. He sends his Klinklang. Nice move on his part. Resist it. But I don't think he saw the Earthquake coming, which is kind of odd, because it's fairly common on Scolipedes. Then again, it's an uncommon poke. So I just take out Klinklang, which is basically useless. I send him my Crest on his Gligar, because I knew he'd most likely Toxic me. And I just go for the Ice Beam, 67%. Hate Violate. And here I go for his Psycho Shift, knowing that he'd have to Roost, or else he'd just get taken out. And that greatly helps me starting to wear it down. Here, I believe, switch out into the Scolipede, hopefully to get his free switch in. And predicting he's Toxic because he's poison. The Scolipede's poison type. And wouldn't take any damage and stall him out a bit more. He goes for the Earthquake. Did he outspeed me? Doesn't make sense. No, I went for Rock Slide, I believe. And then I switch it to Crest, predicting another Earthquake. But he double switches into a Drapion. Goes for a crunch. I knew I wouldn't take a lot because I was max HP, max defense. And just go for the T-Wave, crippling it, just in case. Extra added pair hacks is always useful. But I already have just faster sweepers left, so it wouldn't really matter either way. Go for the Ice Beam, does hardly anything, 20%. I really don't know why I was staying in here at this point. And then he shows me Taunt, and I'm like, ah, crap. I know he's probably going to switch into Gligar here, so... and I predict wrong. He sent his freaking Mantike. But from what I've seen, he doesn't have a reliable form of recovery. So I just switch into my Scolipede, hoping to get his free switch, because he does whatever, really. But he just uses Skulls and finishes me off. He didn't have much of use anyways. So I send my Sharpedo. He's at 40% health, or 36% health. And I was pretty sure Sharpedo's Crunch would be able to take it out. Adamant, 252, max attack, Life Orb, Stab. And he seemed to be special defensive, which it does. And then I go for the Earthquake on the Drapion, and he whirlwinds me out into my Porygon Z. I don't know what his thought process was there, but I get the special attack boost there. And then I just go for the Tri-Attack, because it was Stab, and I knew it would hit everything that was left. For some reason, I knew I'd be able to sweep his team now, but I really didn't feel like it. So I just switch out into Cress, as he toxics my Cresselia, because I just want to give him a fair chance, I guess. Make the score a bit more even. And then it's just kind of toxic stalling war. He Ruse, I Ice Beam, Moonlight times, a few turns. But I know eventually I'm gonna win it, or he's gonna have to switch out. And at that point I'll be able to T-Wave his remaining Pokemon, if it's not paralyzed already, send in Porygon at any point whatsoever, and win. Here I send in my Sharpedo, knowing he'd probably Roost again, which he does. And then he just sends it in because he didn't really want to take an extra hit on his last poke. And I just go for Waterfall, and it doesn't kill. Max attack, Life Orb, super effective. 50%. It's ridiculous. Anyways, he uses Toxic on my Sharpedo. Doesn't really matter because it's almost over. And I just go for another Waterfall, finishing Gligar off. And he sends him his 1 HP Jinx. And I'm just gonna go for Crunch. And that's gonna be the end of the battle. Well, great game, Herpy Derpy. Shout out to him. And earlier tonight, we did this meta podcast of sorts. Almost like a meta podcast, but our own form. It was with me, AJ, or Jedi, 8, 9, something, random numbers. Really don't care. And Herpy Derpy. I'd really appreciate if you guys checked it out. And I hope you guys all have a nice day. And goodbye.